This is a clear example of how your personal experience and reality is created through the generative principle. The prime generator of your reality is care and emotion. She cared about her TikTok being banned. Therefore, she took action towards it. All creation goes through this process. You think something, if you care about it in your heart, you take action towards it. The body follows the heart. This is called the generative principle. The force that generates your life and your actions is care, the generative principle. So if you truly want to build something great in your reality, you truly have to care about it to create it. Why is no one talking about how we can end this war? The simple way to end the war is not to enter the war and go and fight for your country, but simply refuse to participate in the war and fight anyone. The only way we can stop being ruled and controlled as humanity is to simply connect with the law that's already within us. The law that you obeyed as a child. You knew not to hurt someone. You knew not to be racist. You knew not to steal because you felt inside that it was wrong. The soul communicates to you through emotion. Emotion's the language of the soul. Thought is the language of the mind. And if we allow the soul, our love, care, law within us, to govern our thoughts and actions, and if everyone did this and went within ourselves and connected with this heart intelligence, we would not be controlled. The word government means to govern the ment, control the mentality, mind control. It's very simple. You don't need coffee, you need charging. Coffee gives you fake energy. Energy you gain off coffee is a toxic chemical reaction in your brain, which fries your dopamine receptors. Your body is a bioelectric piece of technology. Number one thing your body needs is electricity and bioelectric energy. You gain electrical energy from the sun, magnetic energy from the earth, and electromagnetic energy from fruits. Fruits crystallize the sunlight, giving your body bioelectric energy. Your heart is not a pump. It's an energy vortex generator, which turns the water in your blood to plasma, feeding your body with bioelectrical energy. Cardiovascular system, the tree of life in the Garden of Eden. Your nervous system, the tree of knowledge of good and evil. Heart gives you life, the brain gives you knowledge. When you place hot water into these cups, they release thousands of microplastics into your water, because inside they're laced with plastic. Your head has this spiral, which is the Fibonacci sequence, which comes from the rotating fields of magnetism. If you look down on this electromagnetic field, you would see the lotus of life. Everything in nature contains this spiral, because everything comes from these electromagnetic atoms. That's why you have an anatomy, because you are a giant atom. Fibonacci is the only symbol that can go for infinity. Connects the macro with the micro. The macro is the earth atom. Micro is you. You are just a smaller version of the universe. That's why your head has this spiral, revealing you are a microcosm of the macrocosm. Think again if you think Jesus is real and the earth is round. They are trapping your soul in the earth. Every ancient culture has this seven-headed serpent. The serpent represents transformation because snakes shed their skin, symbolizing growth, renewal, and evolution. You are not just physical, you have 7 energy systems in your body of the 7 snakes. This was not actually a real 7-headed creature. This was the worldwide religion. I don't like saying religion, it wasn't a religion. It was the wisdom for spiritual transmutation, of transforming the 7 energy systems in the body, turning you from a material being into a spiritual being. It's all about ascending this physical, mortal body. Close your eyes, there is a being inside of you, a voice that no one else can hear but you. That is the spirit they wanted to ascend out of this body, because you are still in the womb. Body is a womb for your consciousness, and you can be born out of it into a new reality. Unless you are born again, you cannot see the kingdom of God, John 3:3. What if I told you Lucifer runs this whole matrix, and Lucifer is not what you think it is? Lucifer is not some red demon with horns. Lucifer is a type of energy, the kind of energy that seduces you with light. That's why the word Lucifer means light bearer. Lucy means light, fer means to bring. It's the kind of energy that appears beautiful, that feels like it's helping you, and looks like a blessing, but behind the mask is something else, something hidden and dark. Take a celebrity, for example. They embody brilliance, talent, charisma, beauty. They look divine, but through the music and their films, you're being subconsciously programmed. You're being manipulated and pulled into mental slavery. That's Luciferianism. It's not the obvious evil. It's dressed in silk. It's destruction that feels good or looks good. Even your eyesight can be Luciferic. Look at your eyes. The sigil of Lucifer is how the brain sees and how the eyes work in reality. Light enters the eyes and an image is produced in the visual cortex. The physical world is dripping with temptation, money, looks, fame, lust, comfort. It lures you in, feeds your ego, and makes you forget who you are. And by the time you realize it, you've traded your soul for a lie. That's how the light bearer works. Not by force, but by seduction. Lucifer is the evil dressed in good. It's a type of energy that seduces you into losing and corrupting yourself. Have you ever wondered what that high-pitched noise is in your ear when you are silent? Well, it turns out you can use that high-pitched noise to do something very mystical with yourself. Your brain is not one system. It consists of two hemispheres, a feminine right brain, Isis, a masculine left brain, Ra. The brain does not produce consciousness. Consciousness is downloaded into the brain. The brain is a computer that simulates this physical reality. The noise you hear in your ears can be used to align the brain hemispheres, which will unlock higher states of consciousness, maybe even out-of-body experiences. In order to unlock your consciousness, the electrical system of your brains need to be working together and not fighting each other. And that's what that noise is in your ear. The noise in your ear is the noise of the electricity in your brain. By closing your eyes and listening to that noise, you can actually sync the brain hemispheres. Or you can do it in an artificial way. And when the two electrical systems become one, you unlock consciousness, which is the Holy Land of Israel, Isis, Ra, and El. The Holy Land in the Bible is not a real place, but a place in your consciousness where you can go to and rise above the thoughts, where it's eternal peace, no thoughts. Simply just meditate and focus all your attention on that high-pitched voice in your ears. If you do this long enough, you will have a very mystical experience. Israel is not the Holy Land. The Holy Land is in you. Isis, Ra, El. Isis, the feminine right brain. Ra, the masculine left brain. The Holy Land is when the left brain and the right brain join together, unlocking the Holy Land, consciousness, El. The word El means God. You enter the Holy Land by turning off your senses, your thoughts and emotions. When they're all turned off, you experience pure awareness, pure peace without the chaos of the mind and the body. And when you meditate, you will naturally align your brain hemispheres. The Holy Land is a place inside your consciousness that you can go to escape the chaos of the mind, the body and the emotions. Going to Israel, Jerusalem is not going to do anything. The Bible is symbolic. Jesus was not God. Religion is demon worship. If you follow a religion, you need to listen. Physical world is shaped by the mental world. This object was a thought in the mind before it was physical. All creation begins as a thought, then imagination, then energy, then physical reality. Thoughts shape the astral plane, same dimension you use when you imagine something and when you go to sleep. This is where spirits are. You have a personal mind and a collective mind of the whole world combined. And we all agree on a certain thought. This manifests as an energy in the imaginative plane. It will literally create a demonic consciousness because the collective consciousness is vibrating very low and we think negative thoughts. If you believe in Christianity, the collective thoughts of Jesus and the negative emotional energy we give him when we pray manifests as a whole collective being in the astral plane. You are worshipping a false god, deity created by the collective consciousness. True God is your soul, because your soul is connected to the source consciousness of the universe. The correct way to worship God is by aligning your mind and heart with higher consciousness and higher principles, and purifying yourself. Israel is not the Holy Land. The Holy Land is in you. Israel, Isis, Ra, and El. Isis, the feminine right brain. Ra, the masculine left brain. You enter the Holy Land by aligning your brain hemispheres, unlocking consciousness, El. Simply do this just by meditating. You enter the Holy Land by turning off your senses, your thoughts and emotions, and you bathe in the awareness of pure consciousness, escaping the activity of the mind, emotions and senses. The Holy Land is not a real place, but a symbolic place inside your own consciousness that you can enter and escape everything. The next time you feel overwhelmed and thinking too much, just simply meditate, turn off everything, and you will bathe in the Holy Land inside your consciousness. We've all seen the viral videos of me decoding the Bible. I've just found something in the Gospel of John that is going to blow your mind. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God. This word is not the vibrational frequency of word. This teaching stems back to the Hermetic philosophy. All is mind. Everything is a mental creation of the all. Every physical object in this physical plane began as a thought in the mind. The word is not vibration, but the inner mental dialogue inside of us. If you close your eyes, before you kick a football, there is a decision, an energetic shift inside of the mind or inside yourself. This command is the true you, the universal consciousness. The word that created all creation is the mind of God. All creation is an emanation of the mind. You possess a small mind, a small version of God's mind. It's not a coincidence this was on John 1:1. 1:1 represents the two pillars of masonry. The inner world and the outer world. The inner world of consciousness reflects outward in the outer world of matter. They are mirrors of each other. 11 is the number of creation. Jesus is not going to save you. Allah is not going to save you. Buddha is not going to save you. No one is coming to save you. You have to save yourself from the emotional chaos, from the mental chaos, negative thoughts, the internal trauma that you are experiencing is what you need to save yourself from. The universe only exists in this skull of yours, in this mind. The real savior is when you save yourself from the internal hell that you may live in, from seeking low-level pleasures, external validation. This is destroying your soul, and no wonder you feel so lost. You have to look within yourself and control the mind. And when you can control the mind, you will control your whole reality. You have to save yourself. Believing in a man in the sky will take you nowhere in life. Have an amazing day. As above, so below. 7 planets give you the 7 chakras, the 7 metals, the 7 days of the week. Sunday for the sun, Saturday for Saturn. The 12 zodiac give you the 12 cranial nerves, the 12 systems in your body, and the 12 cell salts. The universe is fractal. Everything mirrors itself. 0 and 1 is the binary code, which is in the male and female. 5 fingers for the 5 elements. 5 points on your body for the 5 elements. They demonize the middle finger because it's the element they hid, ether. Invisible field that all energy comes from and returns to. It connects everything together to Githa. As above, so below corresponds with everything. This means you are God in a small form. You are made in the image of the stars. Jesus will never save you. Allah will never save you. Buddha will never save you. No one is coming to save you. You have to save yourself. The universe only exists in this mind of yours. You have to save yourself from the emotional and mental chaos that you are suffering from, the internal hell that you suffer from. Why let your mind take away your power? Why let your mind, the only thing that you can actually control, be an enemy of yours? You have to make the mind your friend so it gives you power. Don't just experience life. Let life experience you. You have to become the conscious creator, the God within you. You are the creator. No one's coming to save you. You have to save yourself. Why is it Madonna has this tattoo on her wrist? We even see this on our hands. This is the real meaning of hopscotch. This symbol is the Kabbalistic tree of life. It's a diagram that represents how consciousness turns into matter. Every object we see around us began as a thought in consciousness, then manifested down into the material world. Each circle is a force of consciousness. Malkuth is earth. Kether is pure consciousness, pure light, infinite potential. Our body is made in the shape of this diagram. All creation begins in the mind where the brain is, and then manifests down into the material world, Malkuth, the feet. Our feet touch the physical earth. Many well people study this tree. By learning these different forces of consciousness, we can use these forces of consciousness to bring things down into the material world. That's what we call Kabbalistic magic. or you can use these spheres to ascend back up the tree for spiritual ascension. It's not a coincidence Adam adds up to 10, and Adam was the first person to be created in the Bible, because we are made in these 10 forces of God's consciousness. This is why we have 10 numbers. This is why the Hebrew language has 22 letters for the 22 pathways of this tree. 10 circles, 1 dat hidden sphere, and 22 pathways, 33. This holds the secrets of 33. And even Christianity is linked to this. Did you know baptism is a scam? To hide the true spiritual meaning of baptism? There are 4 stages of human awakening. Earth is stage 1. This is survival, when you are only aware of your immediate surroundings, your physical body, and your survival needs. Water is stage 2. This is truth, baptism. Dunking your head in water is symbolic. Dunking your head into knowledge, gaining knowledge that triggers your awakening, true knowledge. When you become aware of the knowledge, it triggers fire, the stage 3, the awakening. You become self-aware of the consciousness within you, which then triggers stage 4, air, self-mastery. This is when you start to master your thoughts, emotions, and actions. And when you master your consciousness, you then gain self-control and become a conscious creator. Dunking your head in water will not do anything. It's symbolic of waking up to truth and gaining information about yourself, which triggers an awakening. The question is, which stage are you in your journey of spiritual awakening? Sale ends today. Use the code FLASH to save 35% on the Book of Wisdom. Satan does not exist. It is a force of consciousness. The devil has veil within it. We live in a mental universe. Everything exists in the mind. God represents awakening the mind, expanding the mind, creating with the mind, caring and loving for one another, growing the mind, freedom of the mind, and spirit. The devil is the complete opposite. Or Satan represents the forces that conceal people's minds, restrict people's minds, destructive thoughts, emotionless, decay, limiting the mind and material reality. Devil is just a force of someone else placing veils or obstructions in your mind to keep you limited so they can use you for their advantage. Satanic people do not worship the devil. They worship themselves, and they have no care for anyone else or the collective consciousness. A satanic person uses occult and psychological knowledge against you to use you to create their reality. It's all about serving the self and not caring for the collective. This symbol does not represent the devil. Upwards pentagram represents spiritual principles over earthly principles. Inverted pentagram represents material principles over spiritual, ignoring spiritual principles of connection with others and the divine, and only serving your physical body and egotistical needs. Satanism gives the illusion that it's going against Christianity, so they're always one step ahead. They're actually manipulating you and serving themselves. If you care about gaining your consciousness' full potential and learning more about consciousness, join my private community, Ethereal University. The Egyptian gods never existed. They symbolize different body parts of your body. The Ram Sphinx in Egypt is symbolizing the hippocampus and the brainstem. This god is Osiris. Osiris is the god of the dead. He does not represent physical death. He is the symbolic death of your consciousness and spirit. He represents the reptilian brainstem. Part of the brain that does not think, it acts on automatic responses. Most people in the Matrix are stuck in this part of the brain and don't even realize they exist. They're living life on autopilot. It represents the death of your conscious awareness and your spirit. Osiris goes up to Aries. Aries is the spring, the first sign of the zodiac. This ram represents Aries, the awakening, the spring. Spring is when the sun brings everything back to life. Lamb or Aries is symbolic of resurrection and new life and awakening. So we have Osiris, the brainstem, the unawakened consciousness, death. Aries, the hippocampus, using the higher brain, awakening of consciousness. The Ram Sphinx in Egypt is showing you the resurrection of consciousness, waking up and realizing you possess awareness and you're no longer ignorant of life. Demons can control your life if you let them. Here's how to get rid of them. Demons are not external deities trying to manipulate your body and mind. They are aspects of your own psyche, hidden traumas, hidden belief systems, and suppressed aspects of yourself, which secretly control the conscious mind and conscious actions. For example, if you felt lonely as a child, this emotion you felt of loneliness deeply impressed your subconsciousness. This feeling is still deep within your your own psyche, and that feeling may be subconsciously, unknowingly controlling your actions today by trying to seek validation from others all the time. This may come across as big-headed or too needy towards people. It is not a demon, but a belief in your subconscious charged with emotional energy, unknowingly controlling your actions, which is leading to destruction and negativity in your life. Demons are your own aspects of your own mind. Demons are negative aspects of your psyche that secretly control you. You remove them by questioning your actions and figuring out where these actions are coming from. And these actions will be coming from old belief systems and traumas. You need to restructure them through affirmations, visualizations, and meditation to restructure and heal that belief and turn it into a more powerful one. And that's how you get rid of demons. Santa is Saturn. Christmas is the worship of Saturn. The 25th of December is Christmas Day. Ancient Romans celebrated Saturnalia to honor the god of Saturn, and this took place in December. December is ruled by Capricorn. Capricorn is ruled by Saturn. January and December are the months with the most deaths. Now this part blew my mind. Saturn is the god of death and time. Romans pictured Saturn with a scythe, which is a tool to harvest crops. Saturn is the harvester of the soul when you die. Romans celebrated Saturnalia to worship Saturn. And Santa is depicted on this sleigh, and Saturn is depicted on this sleigh. Christmas and New Year's Eve are the worship of Saturn. The winter represents death. Why are we celebrating New Year's and Christmas in this time? The New Year's should be in Aries, the spring, the new life, the new plants. Christmas has been renamed, but the symbolism remains the same. We've all been programmed to worship the god of death, time, restriction, and limitation, Saturn. Women hold the portal into the physical world. That's what the Egyptian Ankh is. It's the portal. The Egyptian male wore the headdress to symbolize the woman because they are the master builders that create the human temple. The human body is created by the 12 zodiacal astral forces. That's why your body's made out of 12 cell salts for the 12 zodiac signs. She harnesses the energy of the 12 constellations and the 7 planets to manifest your body. She is a womb man, and she is feminine, which is 9. And he is masculine, which is line, which is 1. 0 and 1, the binary code of all creation. This is why there are 10 numbers. She is curvy and he is liney. Feminine quality of consciousness is being hidden and suppressed. They want you stuck in thought and action, and no feminine emotion, because emotion is where we gain empathy and care for one another. They have suppressed the feminine quality of consciousness, emotion, empathy, and true care. This is why everyone is so divided. Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit. The Holy Spirit was to cover up emotion. It's all just male dominated. Even the Jesus cross is lines and no curves, pure masculine.
The brain is not the mind. Just like how we have hot and cold day and night, the material world has an opposite called spirit, the invisible realm, opposing the physical visual realm. The physical mind is the brain, and the spiritual brain is the mind. The mind can exist without the brain. The brain is nothing but a computer for the mind to operate the physical body. If the body remains in the present moment and cannot go forwards or backwards in time, but your mind can, that means your mind operates outside of time, space, and matter, which means you are a higher dimensional being using forces of consciousness to manipulate a physical body in a material world. The material world is the illusion. It has no power to create. Only you, the invisible intelligence controlling the body, has the power to create, turning thoughts into reality. And that's how powerful you are.
There's a spiritual reason on why Buddha has a big belly. The ancients spoke in symbolism. The big belly represents breath work. We do not just breathe air, we breathe consciousness. When we stop breathing, our body shuts down, we lose consciousness. And breath work is the fastest way to raise your consciousness. Simply just breathe in through your nose and out through your nose for 5 minutes very deeply. Your 5 senses will heighten and you will feel so much better. Buddha with the large belly represents the engagement of the abdominal muscles during spiritual breath work, practiced for thousands of years to expand consciousness and promote healing. The next time you feel low energy, simply just do breath work. And if you want to connect to a higher consciousness, simply do breath work. It will cleanse your aura of negative energy. It's the fastest way to gain more energy. Your ego is your mind's perception of itself while being incarnated in a physical body. You had no ego as a baby, because the ego is a false character your mind has created through experience, beliefs, and emotional traumas. The system is designed to trap you in your ego. Just screenshot this and know the difference between the soul and the ego. You are not your ego or the body or belief or name or job. You have a physical material body, and inside you have forces of energy, thoughts, emotions, visualizations. These are not physical. You're an invisible being controlling a visible physical body. Your inner world of consciousness is either operating in hell, animalistic instinct states, or heaven. Jesus was never real. He is a state of consciousness, an ideal state that we need to cultivate within ourselves. This is how I created my dream life in under 2 years. My dream life is simply just freedom. In order to create any reality, you have to understand the 3 forces that create reality. The first force of consciousness is thought. The best thing you will possibly do in your life is master your thoughts and only think and give attention to positive thoughts that align with your goal. Use your thoughts to believe that you already have the reality. The second force is emotion. Emotion is what you care about. Whatever you give attention to is what you care about. This is the Freemasons' G inside of the square and compass. Generative principle. You generate what you care about. Whatever you place attention to, whatever your consciousness focuses on, that's what you generate. It's about creating care for what you're trying to create. You are a Mason. Everyone is a Mason in the world. You are a builder, a force of consciousness that turns thoughts into reality. Whether you're initiated into Freemasonry or not, I am personally not. But we are all Masons, all builders of reality. So now you have a thought, an idea, and you believe the idea is already true. You use your emotion to place your love energy on it, which is care. What you care about is what you will create. That's Genesis, generation. Then the third one is action. Simple. There's something called unity consciousness. The 3 must become one. What you think, what you care about, and what you act all need to be one, working together. When you act on your thoughts and what you care about, you will create that reality. You need to gain unity consciousness and actually act upon what you feel is good and what you think. And every day, compounding this unity consciousness towards your goal, you will create anything you wish. What is the symbolic meaning of Jesus being the sun? In the occult traditions, truth is never handed to you using ordinary language. It is concealed behind layers of symbolism. By veiling the truth behind symbols, it forces the initiate to turn inward, to reflect, to question, and to decode. This inner process awakens consciousness and promotes inner realizations. So what does the sun represent inside yourself? The sun rises every single morning, waking everyone up in the world. This is symbolic of self-realization and becoming conscious that you possess consciousness. The sun is the life force for all living beings on the earth. The sun gives all of its life and all of its energy and expects nothing in return. This is symbolic of true care and unconditional love. The sun represents love and care. All things are created through this generative force. This is symbolic of holding love in our mind and love in our hearts. This is the true Christ consciousness, love consciousness, because we are all one consciousness separated in individual bodies, and love is the unifying force that brings us all together. This is a surface level explanation, but in summary, Jesus as the sun represents self-awakening. It represents going within and awakening to your true spiritual nature as pure consciousness, not the body. It represents living in love consciousness, a mind and heart and life that is rooted in love and care for one another and the self. Jesus Christ is not a figure to be worshipped, but something to construct within our own mind and hearts. You care about discovering your true power? Join my private community, Ethereal University.
I just shattered his energy fields. What I did with my psychic energy. Now you're strong. What I did is I played with your energy field. Your energy field, your aura out here. Raise your arm. You test strong. I'm playing with your energy field. I've just shattered your energy field and you can't hold your strength. I realign your energy field and you're strong. You with me?
Sir.
Okay. Now I came up in front to align your energies. But if I come up and back, you're weak. If I go down and back, you're strong. So it's telling you the energy is going around your body, not just up and down. You follow what I have?
Yeah.
So you know martial arts?
Yes, sir.
Doing all this stuff, they're not saying, "Hi, Stevie, have you had a good day?" They're trying to mess with your energy fields.
You get charged in a court because you're a battery. And when you get charged, you sit in a cell, a battery cell, because you're a biological battery. If that guy's one hand can misalign your energy field and weaken your body, now imagine the clothes that you place on your skin, fake polyester clothes. The devices we use every single day. All of these things are weakening our energy field, which weakens our health and our body. Porn is free because you pay with your soul. Google is free because you pay with your data. When something is free, you are the product. They have two O's because they're watching your data. Your phone is a digital footprint of your mind. Every text you take, every person you call, every search that you type in is being recorded in a database. Therefore, your phone is tracking the collective minds of the masses. All of our behavior is being fed into an artificial consciousness, AI. You created AI by feeding your mind into these tracking devices. AI will control everything and make you a slave. Don't let your phone be a prison for your mind. That's why it's called a cell phone. Instead, spread the word to the world by reposting these videos that I make and earn an income from your phone. Many of my affiliates have quit their job, earning freedom, making an income from their phone. It's not about the money, it doesn't exist. It's the freedom you can gain from it and live the life that you truly want to live. Click sign up, fill in the form, download my videos, and repost the videos. I made this program for you so you can gain freedom and so we can spread an amazing message to the world. The link is in my bio to sign up.